create your server, or you can create your infra as per, I mean, in any AWS provides you all IT services, be it analytics, be it app integration, blockchain. Okay, it provides you the Docker and Kubernetes service as well. Container service, basically database is there, web mobile service is also there, IoT is also there, machine learning is there, management, media, robotics is there. So all the services are there. Okay, it basically contains the whole IT.
No, good Shiva. Go ahead.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay, so let's just start a brief introduction, sorry, a brief thing to our course. Okay, so now just to give you a brief idea what we will learn in this course is, we will learn about the servers, which is Amazon EC2. Okay, S3, which is storage services. We will learn about the databases. Okay, we will learn about, so we will learn that service as well. Okay, so let me give you a brief cloud history. So basically, AWS, when AWS with which it was launched. Okay, but that was launched in America, and then again it was launched in Europe in 2007, I guess. Okay, and from then onwards, it kept growing. It just kept growing. Okay. So now, if you talk about the AWS shares, AWS has over 50%. It basically cover 50% of the current market. Okay, the first is AWS, and the second is, of course, Microsoft. I mean, all of us knows about Microsoft. Okay. Now, what is the AWS cloud use cases? Okay, so let me give you use cases. So, can anyone tell me what is the use case? What can be the use case of AWS? So you all work in IT, right? So you should know what kind of infrastructure is there and what can be the use cases of a cloud. Basically, it includes enterprise IT first, and then backup and storage. It includes a live example. So if you watch cricket, okay. So let's suppose that there's a match of what say India versus Bangladesh. Okay, then the match is streaming on Hotstar. Okay, so how many people do you think will take interest in that match, India versus Bangladesh, or let's say Australia versus Bangladesh? Okay, let's I mean, very less, right? The numbers hardly will cross 1 crore. Okay, but if there's a match between India versus Pakistan, or India versus Afghanistan, or sorry, India versus Australia. Okay, so then there will be, the numbers will exponentially rise, right? The numbers can reach up to 10 to 20 crore. In IPL only, the numbers is going up to 20 crore. Okay, so numbers will be like that. So many users are coming to Hotstar, or whichever platform the match is live streaming on. So all the users will come there, and they will, and they would like to watch the match. So suddenly the traffic will go high, right? Suddenly the traffic will go high. And Hotstar, what is Hotstar? Hotstar is a live streaming platform. Okay, so that application is running on some server. Okay, Hotstar is also using AWS, so it is running on on the AWS servers. So one server will not be able to cater, I mean, 20 crore or 30 crore people, right? Or traffic. So we need thousands or lakhs of servers to cater those number of participants, or to those number of users, right? So suddenly, if the traffic rises, so what AWS will do from backend, or what DevOps engineer, or what any cloud engineer will do from backend is, they will use a service which is auto scaling. So what it will do is, so if the match is let's say for 6 hours, and right now at present they are using 1,000 servers, so it will automatically start scaling up the server from 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000, depending on the number of traffic. So, and there is a criteria which is set to increase the number of server. Now what criteria is that? Let's say uh, the Hotstar application is running on one server, okay, and let's say if the traffic I mean, let's say you have set the traffic, or set the traffic limit of, let's say, 70% of the CPU, okay. Once that limit is crossed, okay, let's so once the limit reaches from 70 to 71%, it will create another server and it will equally divide the traffic. And similarly, it will, I mean, the server will get created and the traffic will get divided, okay. That is called auto scaling and load balancing. That's how the load will get balanced, and that's how the services, I mean, that's how the servers will be created. And once the match is over, it will automatically delete all the servers. So that is pay as per your use, okay, during a certain time, right? That is why cloud is so important. Now if Hotstar is using a physical server, then for those 5 hours or 6 hours, they can't get thousands of physical system, right? Just only for those 6 hours, no point. Similar way, it actually happens when Amazon Big Billion Day sale comes, or Flipkart Big Billion Days sale comes. Sale will be for 3 days or 4 days, so those 3 4 days the traffic on the website will be very high, and to manage those traffic we need n number of servers, okay. But again, we need n number of servers only for those 3 to 4 days, because those 3 to 4 days sale is going on, so obviously everyone would like to buy something, right? Did any of you got this example? Was I clear, or any doubt? Please come up with your doubts if you have.
Understood,
Anything?
Shiva. Please continue. Understood. No
Did
doubts.
you? So this is basically the real life use case which I have told for AWS, or not only for AWS, for cloud computing, because customer can use either AWS or they can use Azure as well, right? Okay, got it. Okay, now let me uh, just give me a minute. Mm, yeah. Okay. Now, now, can any of you tell me what are the characteristics of cloud computing? Now, let's forget AWS for a moment and let's focus on cloud computing. What is cloud computing? Can any of you tell me what is cloud computing? Come on, guys, be interactive. That's how you will learn AWS. AWS is very interesting. Once we start doing hands-on, we will be able to learn.
So use of resources as and when required.
Yes, use of resources as and when required. Yes, on-demand self-service, it can be called as. Okay, it doesn't require any human administrators. Okay, users themselves can able to provision, monitor, or manage the resources, and as and when required. Okay, one example is that. Second,
Easy to manage applications and also easy to bring to market because if we are startup in order to infrastructure is not so earlier it used to be take more time. Nowadays it will be easy.
yes, right. More.
The prerequisite
Sorry.
Elasticity.
Elasticity, right? Elasticity.
And also availability, 100%. Like if you
Availability
want
is also
to,
there, right? Okay, somebody said elasticity, right? So what do you mean by elasticity? Can you tell me?
Yeah, basically, you just explained it, right? So it is basically you can scale up, you can scale down whenever it is
Yes,
needed. So
right, right,
yeah,
right. Okay. Now, one can be security as well, right? Users' data and ensure that the privacy of the sensitive information is maintained. So I gave you this example as well, right? Amazon Prime and Netflix. So security is one of the most important thing, right?
yeah, definitely.
And yeah, and so
Yeah,
basically cloud providers, they offer variety of pricing model, okay, which I mean including pay as you use, or it can be subscription based. And they also offer pricing model like spot pricing, okay, allowing users to choose what best options which suits their needs, right? Okay. Yeah, these are the basic I mean these are the characteristics of cloud computing. Okay. Now okay, now one last thing which I want to ask is, are you guys aware of IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, can anyone explain me what is the difference between? Okay, so explain me that what is on premises, what is IaaS, what is PaaS, and what is SaaS?
So if you're talking about a platform as a service, right? That is called PAS. Is that right?
Yes, right, right.
Yeah. So I think if it is, you don't need to have a physical devices with you, and everything could be on the cloud, and you can use that platform. I mean, Amazon or any cloud services, they can offer you to use their platforms. So that is called a platform as a service. For example, if you
Okay,
have a system that's a platform, maybe or any hypervisor on the cloud, you can have your own applications running on them.
okay, okay. That is PaaS, right? What is SaaS and what is IaaS?
SAS is service as a software as a service. Like we use Google Sheet or everything they provide. We just use the service alone. Everything in the cloud, basically in the cloud, like Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets. Or to
What is on-premises, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service? So let's understand this in this term, pizza as a service. Now can you guys go through this picture for 2 minutes and able to just try to make out as much as you can. I'll just be back in a minute. Meanwhile, please go through this picture.
Basically, it talks about what's you own, and then what actually cloud services owns, right?
Right. So basically, what it tells is, so in on premises everything is done uh, in a client sorry, in a company's own data centers or own what do you say, own place. Okay. Now in infrastructure as a service, what basically you manage and what basically, okay, for infrastructure as a service. So in infrastructure as a service, you manage the dining table, the soda and whatever it is. Okay, and same for platform as a service. So vendor will manage everything. It'll provide you the platform. Okay, you just, I mean, it'll provide you everything which is needed for a pizza, and you just need to sit in your home in your own dining a table and have it with a soda. Okay, and by software as a service, we mean that you go to, let's say, to a pizza place, be it Domino's or Pizza Hut, and there only you order, they will provide you everything, and there only you can eat. So that is what basically the difference between these three, right? I hope you guys got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so if I ask you what kind of provider is AWS?
I assume they provide everything.
Yes, AWS is basically a mixture of infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service.
Yeah, Shivam, it looks like you need to plug in your laptop.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you,
that's fine. It'll go on
okay,
sometime.
just saw that message. So.
Yeah, 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 right, right. It's 10%. Okay, so I hope you got it. Okay, now we will cover one.
Public means WAN, wide area network method called internet, and private means LAN, which is only
Sorry,
accessible to
sir.
particular
So
organization.
what does a public mean?
Wide area network. That means our internet, for example, we can use anywhere, and anyone can use.
Uh, you are right, but partially. Okay, so
Okay.
see, when I say you that there are basically three deployment models. Okay, so three deployment model is, one is private cloud, one is public cloud, and one is hybrid cloud. Now let me explain you the difference between these two. What is public cloud? So public cloud is a service which anyone can use, be it enterprise or be it individual. Now, what are the examples of a public cloud? The examples of public cloud is AWS, Azure, GCP. These are the example of public cloud. So by public cloud deployment model, we basically mean that whatever you are coding, whatever your coders are coding, whatever application you're trying to build up, you're deploying everything on application called Facebook.com. Okay, so your Facebook.com is running on on servers which is of public cloud. Okay, so what I'm accessing it through there. So your basically application is deployed on public cloud. Now, what is private cloud? Private cloud is a service which basically, I mean, kind of older version, but still few companies are using. So a company, let's say, I, IBM. Okay, IBM has created its own cloud, IBM cloud, and there only it is on public cloud. Okay, but the databases, but the servers, because they are basically yeah, first I think I should explain you this. Okay, so there are basically three layers of any. Let me go to Google. Yeah, anybody wants to say something? Okay, so there are basically three layers of any application. One is UI layer. So you go to facebook.com. Okay, here you can see that a login or sign up page has come, right? So this is basically the UI of this application. Okay, this is the UI layer. Now the second layer is application layer. What is application layer? So once you provide your username and password, okay, and once you log in, and and then there will be a page which is of new feeds, right? So that is application layer. Okay, but the third layer is database layer. Okay, so when you have created your AWS account, you have provided your username and your email ID and a password, right? Those those credentials are stored in database. It does here is So once you go to the UI, and once an has come to UI and it is want and they want to access the application layer using these two credentials, these email ID and this is the password. Can you please match whether it is right or not in your database? And database will reply, if you have entered the password correctly, then yes, this username has this password. I hope you guys have got it. So that is what hybrid cloud means. So when the deployment, when any company uses a deployment model as hybrid cloud, what they will do is they will put their application and UI thing on database layer. The servers on which database is running, that will remain on premises only. That will remain on the private cloud only, which is completely dedicated to their company, and both are connected through a API. Got it?
Yeah, understood.
Okay. Okay, guys. Yeah. So, any questions from your side?
So, Shivam, can you show us the um, the flow, the contents that we're going to talk about in this guidance to the certification?
Okay. So, just so content. Just let me check. Okay, just give me a minute. It should be there in my email ID. Mm.
This is just a demo, right? It's not that we're not talking about the
No, it's
full
I.
product.
So today's session was basically to get you familiar with AWS. What is AWS?
Hmm.
Right. Okay. So let me show you what will be covered in this course. Let me share my screen. So is my screen visible?
Yeah, I can say.
Okay. Okay, so here this is the basically the content of this course. Okay, the duration is 30 hours. Prerequisite is basic IT knowledge, or if you don't have any prerequisite, that is also fine. Okay, there are total 8 modules. Okay, but I mean, don't expect me to cover everything in the what do we call a server in AWS? How we create the server? What is public IP? What is elastic IP? Okay, these things will be covered, and of this course, which is VPC, which is virtual private cloud. Okay, what is virtual private cloud and how basically it works, why we need virtual private cloud, I mean why we need our own virtual private cloud. This we will cover. Then we will cover about storage. Okay, what is S3? S3 is basically the storage. S3 means simple storage service. Okay, what kind of storage service is there, and how you can basically use it. Okay, then we will cover about the IAM policies. What is IAM? Again, IAM is also one of the most important. I mean, the topic in AWS. IAM. What is IAM? We will cover how you can create different role, how you can define the policies in IAM, your own policies. Okay, then what is multi-AZ deployment? Okay, what is a DynamoDB? What is Aurora, AWS, Amazon Aurora? This also we'll cover. Okay, then we will cover about. Then we will cover what is AWS Lambda. What is Lambda? So Lambda, I mean, why we are using Lambda? Of course, when we will go to this topic, then I'll explain you. So Lambda is basically, I mean, you don't need anything. You can just run your code on AWS. You don't need a server to run your code. So that is Lambda. We will go in details about AWS Lambda. Then we will cover about load balancing and auto scaling. What is load balancing? What is auto scaling? Which I explained you by giving an example of Flipkart or Hotstar, right? So these are the services which we will cover in our AWS Solution Architect course. Any
Shivam,
doubts?
are we going to cover any monitoring monitoring tools specifically here?
So monitoring tools, we basically don't cover in the solution architect course. Okay, but I'll try to give you an introduction. Okay, and an overview, an high level overview on CloudWatch.
Okay.
Please go ahead and share your doubts.
How about the exam? Or how much, what do you call,
So
how many
for
percentage you
exam,
need to
I
clear?
will, so for exam purpose, I will share you the content, the slides. And for exam, again, you need to purchase your own voucher, kind of guidance. If you want me to, take you through the interviews or through the questions, I will be available after the course as well. But again, if you want to connect with me after the course, just give me some buffer time. Okay, because I will also be having my work, so you will have to give me my own buffer time.